This is major. It's your VMAs debut. Has it sunk in yet?
No.
It's still surreal.
Yeah.
When you're getting ready for something like this, what do you do? How do you even prep?
I feel like you don't. I feel like you're just like, I had to have a good outfit.
You just gotta.
Because everyone at the VMAs always just has like phenomenal outfits.
And this is successful. You did. You
Thank
knew.
you.
You understood the assignment. Tell me about the look. I'm gonna act like we're on the red carpet. Tell me about the look. Who are you
yeah.
wearing?
That's a great question. Maybe look in the tag. I don't know.
But I know
Yeah.
you're ready for this because this isn't your first time on the big stage. I mean, you're on a big stage with American Idol, but then you were competing. Here you have arrived. What is the difference between taking that stage versus this one?
There's definitely a big difference. I feel like now I'm more myself because I'm doing my own music, and I've like definitely found who I am as a person and what I want to do music-wise and my vision. So it's definitely a lot different. It's not as competitive as American Idol. I feel like I'm just like doing me, and that's that. I don't have to compete with like other people. I'm just competing with myself. But big difference.
How did you cultivate your sound?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it came from just like practice of writing. Like the first songs I ever wrote were like absolute trash and don't represent me whatsoever. But I just kept writing and writing, and the more artists that I was listening to and looking up to, I realized that was the direction I wanted to go in.
Yeah.
And storytelling and making sure like songwriting and my vocals were like a big element in it, and not just doing like pop music, which I thought I wanted to do for a long time. But the more I started to write, the more I realized how much I cared about really telling a story and caring about that a little bit more than like the beat necessarily. But just practice.
Yeah, and you definitely hit the nail on the head with Fingers Crossed, which you're
Thank
performing
you.
at the VMAs. When you first wrote that record, first recorded it, did you know it would be as successful as it is now?
Yes.
Yeah,
and no.
you knew. Yeah.
When I wrote it, I was like, this is the best song I've ever written. Like, I was like, out of all my songs, this is the best song. I didn't necessarily think like, oh, it's gonna do this, it's gonna be played on the radio, but I was like, out of all the songs, this is the best one that we have to be releasing next.
Why do you think it resonated with so many people?
I think, one, at the time it was released, it was like weather depression season. Like, it was kind of like everyone either just got broken up with or like was looking for a relationship. It was kind of around Christmas. And I think everyone gets sad around the holidays. They don't have a relationship or they've been heartbroken. And so the lyrics were really relatable. But I think the melody in it is very catchy, and everyone has been like hurt by somebody. So it was a relatable topic.
It's true. And the storytelling, your voice, it all shines through.
You.
When you put a record together like that, being so deeply emotional, being so deeply personal, is it hard to be that transparent? Or did it come natural to you?
Yeah, I'm kind of an oversharer.
Yeah.
Like, too much. Like, people in the room are like, okay, we didn't need like all your life trauma on the table. We just needed one concept. So it definitely comes natural in a bad way.
What does that song mean to you personally, Fingers Crossed?
It's kind of like my comeback era song. Like, I think I was like very sad for a while and was writing a lot of sad songs like, oh, they didn't love me. And then Fingers Crossed I wrote after I met my current boyfriend, and it was like a, oh, I don't need you anymore kind of song. Like, I'm gonna say all the things I wanted to say kind of song.
Now take us into Flowers, which you're also performing, that some people feel like kind of sounds like a follow-up to Fingers Crossed.
Definitely a follow-up.
You see it that way?
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, it's about the same person.
Oh, it is? Okay,
yeah.
word.
Definitely a follow-up.
Okay, so I was listening. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. This dude is still effing up.
Yeah. It was more of like a compare and contrast song of the more my current boyfriend started to treat me right, the more I realized my past people bought me flowers for the wrong reasons or did all these things for the wrong reasons, because I was finally having somebody do it for the right reasons. And it made me write like a compare and contrast of the two relationships.
I love that. Given the success of these two records, they're ballads you talked about at first, thinking you want to be pop. Now you're finding your lane here. How are you approaching new music? Are you going to lean more into this space, or are you going to try to branch out? Like, what's your thought process now?
Yeah, a lot of my thought process is feeling out what my fans want to hear too, because I love being me, but I also love putting out music that people relate to help other people in their situations. There is definitely time for me in the pop space in the future.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm loving this Fingers Crossed Flowersy ballad kind of vibes, but definitely I want to go into the major pop space one day.
And you're still in that vibe with the new release of the record Narcissist. What inspired this? Is this the same guy?
Same dude. It's so unfortunate. The album is just like his name. Yeah, it's kind of about the same thing. I actually unfortunately had two narcissists in my life, And it was like something I never thought I would write about. And the more I started talking to people about it, the more they were like, oh, no, my ex was a narcissist, or my mom's a narcissist. Like, people were just constantly telling me about everything that happened to them. And I realized that was a song people needed. And it wasn't just something that had happened to me, and that like no one had written about it yet in my space of music. And I wanted to be that person to write about it.
I love that. What inspired the treatment for the video?
That's a great question. I feel like I can't tell you because part of it leans towards like a future title of something.
Oh, so it's going to be a follow-up to Narcissist that's coming up.
Kind of. There's something in it that I want to title my album, and it kind of like makes sense. But I just wanted to portray different characters in the music video of different narcissists that like people would encounter in their life, and then also have me being the victim of like all three of those characters.
That's fine. And you still answer my question. I love Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. You still gave it to me. The debut album. We got 3 records we're in love with.
Yeah.
When is it coming? What are you thinking?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
But it is coming.
It's coming. It's almost done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like at the point now where I wrote so many for it, and I was like, great, that's the album. And now I'm like, oh, should I write more? But it has a lot of songs, a lot of sad. There actually are a lot of like, for a reference, like Tate McRae, All I Want to Be vibes kind of on the album as well, but lots of sad ballads.
How will you know when it's finished?
I feel like once I finish all the final touches on the productions, it'll be good. But honestly, I'm so content with the songs, and I think I know exactly what songs I want on it, that I would just release all the demos, honestly.
Because that's how good it sounds already.
Yeah.
I love that. And I'm so excited for it because you know it's going to be cohesive because you're in this space. You're writing along this. You have a storyline. Do you have a title already?
Yeah, but I can't tell you what the title is.
Tell me in my ear. Just.
No, I can't. You'll tell people. You can't trust people these days.
Yeah, you definitely can't because I'm definitely snitching. As soon as you said it, I was going to let everybody know what it was. When you perform Flowers and Fingers Crossed, what do you hope that the folks at home take away from this performance?
I don't want to say that I hope people get emotional because I don't want people to cry, but I hope people get emotional realizing that the lyrics are telling a story that they wish they were able to tell themselves, and so that they relate to it and feel like that song brings like healing to them.
That's beautiful. At this point in your career, as fans are getting to know you, getting to know your music, what do you hope they take away from Lauren as a person?
That's a fabulous question. I hope that they take away positive vibes because my music's very sad, but I feel like me as a person, I'm very outgoing and energetic, and I try to be like as honest as I can because I'm not like the most confident person in the world, but I try to make everyone else feel confident and feel heard and feel like they have songs they can listen to that help them and like heal them. I hope everyone just like feels healed from my music and like being on my page and feels less alone.
Oh, they're definitely gonna feel positive vibes because you took a negative situation and turned it into 3 hits. Like, come on, man, what are we talking about here? How many records are you thinking about for the debut album?
Oh God. I want
Is
16
it too early?
on it.
You want 16?
But I have a feeling that's not going to be allowed.
How hard is it to cut records from a project that you're already happy with?
I'm not. I'm leaving maybe 15.
Okay.
But it's not going any lower than that.
Okay.
Like final. My line's drawn at 15.
15, that's it.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. I'm going to call that a scoop. We'll call that a scoop. Thank you for giving me something.